If you only have 5 to 10 minutes to get ready in the morning and you want to go ahead and start applying just a little bit of makeup for a pick-me-up and to look refreshed, this is the perfect video for you, so go ahead and keep on watching. Today's video, I just want to jump right into it because I want to give that sense of efficiency and urgency that would apply to real life for the topic of this video. We are talking about that 5-minute, maybe 5 to 7, maybe even 10, depending on how fast or quick you're moving in the morning. But this is going to be that quick makeup routine that you can wear for work, okay? So this is for my girls who are getting up and they got somewhere to be, whether that's in the evening and whatever time your shift may be. You might have a small window of time to actually get ready, but you may want to just elevate your look slightly or just give yourself a little bit of a pick-me-up. And I want to show you guys what I would personally do and what I did do before I went to work. Also, this would apply to those who don't wear makeup at all. You guys have never done anything really to your face. If you do these steps, this might be your elevated looks. I've already moisturized my skin, which is something you guys should be doing regardless of what's happening in your day. All right, so I talked about this a little bit on my TikTok, but a lot of people asked for me to make this in a longer form video, which is why I'm here on YouTube. And I'm so sorry, you guys, we missed last week's upload. Your girl was down. Actually, by the grace of God, not rock bottom down. So I wanted to get back on here and make this video. So I want to preface first on a little bit of skincare. If you need help, if you have questions, if you want a very simple skincare routine that honestly I feel can be used no matter what skin type you have, go ahead and click right here. I have a simple, easy skincare tutorial up on the channel already. If you want to dive down the makeup hole, go ahead and click here. At the end of the day, you should be moisturizing. So I don't want people to get overwhelmed. A couple people were commenting on TikTok. They were getting overwhelmed and they feel a little bit confused in the department of why am I putting moisturizer on and then why am I putting primer? Moisturizer is gonna be a part of your skincare. That's something you should do regardless, right? Prepping your skin for makeup is a different situation, right? So that's what primer is for. And I always use this analogy. Makeup, in terms of what you're putting on your face, is kind of like paint. Basically, it's the same thing. In my opinion, it is. I don't know what the other makeup artists tell you. I don't know what the other girlies tell you, but to me, you gonna prep before you paint them walls. Prep before you put your makeup on, because although there was a time where I didn't use primer, and you don't have to use primer, right? You don't have to do anything, but it does make a difference, especially if you have a certain skin type naturally, but the products and the formulas of products that you're putting on, they might not be as complementary to your skin. So when you go ahead and put a primer on that better suits that, everything looks good in person. I'm talking too much and this is supposed to be a very quick video. So I'm gonna use the same products that I did in the short form video, but we're gonna just get a little bit more in depth today. First product I'm going in with is this Hydro Glow. This I got sent in PR. This is from Absolute New York. A lot of the products that I'm using today are very, very affordable. So this is going to be a moisturizer and primer in one. So you're one of them girls that do 2-in-1s. I look at these also like I look at 2-in-1 body wash and shampoos. So like I still prep my skin properly with moisturizer, but you can definitely go ahead and do this. This is supposed to hydrate, nourish, lock in, and then blur. For the price, I think it's an amazing product. I'm gonna take some on the back of my hand, kind of rub it out. It's more like a lotion kind of texture. I'm gonna go ahead and place it more in the center of my face. And then if you have more of a dry nose, make sure you are going ahead and applying that primer there as well so that the skin is properly hydrated. And then when you put your foundation on, whether that be a powder or a liquid, everything is kind of evenly distributed. Now that my skin is prepped, I'm actually going in with a powder, okay? So I mentioned a little bit about moisturizing and prepping the skin for a reason, okay? I know I be yapping, but I say things for a reason. For me personally, the way my brain works, a powder foundation is a very quick solution in the morning, especially when you're in a rush. You do not have to worry about being perfect with it. So I'm going to use today the Velvet Focus foundation. Y'all can see I like it. I hit pan, I love it. This is the shade Warm Medium as well. This is also from that brand, Absolute New York. I've been using this for over a year and I genuinely love it. I'm taking my Kaylee Beauty tapered blending brush. You do not have to take a brush this small. You can use whatever brush you want to, honestly. I'm using this specifically because I know I'm in a rush and I just want a pick-me-up, right? I'm not trying to look like a different person. I'm just trying to look like I didn't just roll out of bed, right? And a lot of women say, I'm coming to work, I don't need to get dressed up for anybody. You don't, right? Like, this is not what it's about. I'm personally not wearing makeup because I feel like I look bad. I personally look at makeup like it's a part of my outfit. So for me, I have, if you guys can see, I have keratosis pilaris on my face. I have it on my arms. If you guys ever can tell, this camera is pretty HD, okay? That's where the imperfection on my face truly comes from, unless I've popped a pimple or anything, but all of them dark spots have really faded away with like the skincare I've been using. But as far as my skin, I don't want to put makeup all over my face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this powder and I'm going to use this powder, which is more of a hydrating formula. And I'm going to just kind of twirl on the foundation. And I'm actually going to use this instead of concealer as well under the eye, just for a pick-me-up. And I'm just kind of swirling the product on my face. I just want to look refreshed. That's it. And you would be surprised. A little bit always goes a long way. And I'm not this huge advocate for like this clean girl look. No, that's not me. But I will say that the older that I'm getting and the more I'm kind of growing into my womanhood, I am kind of like falling in love with my face. And I'm getting kind of closer to God. I'm trying to truly accept like, this is how he made me. Like, this is how I'm supposed to look. If he wanted me to look perfect, if he wanted me to look like this, I would look like that, you know? I'd be lying to you if I told you I loved every single thing about my face. I don't. Like, it's just the truth, right? And if I'm gonna be on here, if I'm gonna be exposed to the public, I don't know who's watching me, but I'm not perfect. And I don't think I'm perfect by any means necessary. So I just wanna put that out there. But do you guys see, I'm just kind of taking this and just going where it needs to be. It's not everywhere, but I'm just kind of swirling it so that the product is evenly kind of distributed, I guess. And some could say I could use a bigger brush, but if I use a bigger brush or if I even use a powder puff, it's gonna give me more coverage and I don't necessarily want that. I just want a little something. If you're someone with hyperpigmentation, if you have more spots to cover, feel free to go ahead and color correct if you need to. If you have a darker under eye and you want to color correct, do what works for you. But I just know that if we're generally only working with 5 minutes in the morning, I don't really want to do all that. Even putting this on my eyes as well to just neutralize it. I have a lot of veins on my eyelids. Some people have darker eyelids. You can do this as well. You guys can do this with concealer. I do have a concealer only video up as well on the channel. I'll attach it right here on this cue card for you guys to click on and watch if you're interested. But I just feel like this is just a little something. My skin doesn't look like I have makeup on right now. Like if I was to just walk outside right now, I don't think anybody would think like I genuinely like have on makeup. The next thing I'm gonna do now is go in with some blush because I personally feel like you should wear blush. If you don't do anything, I think you should do blush because blush brings back the flush to your skin, because when you do put foundation, you have put a even base now and you want to kind of bring some dimension back into the skin. So whether you're using a cream, a powder, a liquid, whatever works for you, I just suggest use a blush that is a bit more calm in tone. You want it to just be soft and refreshed. And the blush that I'm choosing today is this Wet n Wild blush. This is super inexpensive. Remember guys, like this anybody could do. This is the color Naked Brown. I've talked about this a million times on my TikTok, and I might have talked about it here on YouTube as well. This is what the color looks like. It gives a little bit more orange than brown, but I think it looks really pretty. I'm gonna take a bigger brush. This is my Kaylee Beauty powder brush. I'm gonna tap the excess off and I'm just gonna pack on top. I'm gonna slightly smile and then I'm gonna just bring this out. Go ahead and put your blush placement, whichever enhances your cheeks the best, you know, whatever makes you feel beautiful, go ahead and do that. But do you notice how I'm just tapping because I don't want to wipe? You never want to wipe with anything. Also because I did put that powder underneath and I don't want to disturb it, especially on my cheeks. That's kind of where like I needed to cover, and I had redness underneath, so I don't want to disturb that. And then the blush and it all mixes and then it just doesn't give cute. This, to be honest, is good, but blush is also the first thing to usually go on the face. If this is too much for you, take that brush or whatever applicator you did use for the foundation, just go on the edges or on top and just tone it down. Don't add any extra foundation or any extra powder, and all you have to do is just make it super subtle. If you did go with a bolder color, that was completely up to you, because remember, this is a 5-minute routine. I personally just want to look refreshed, but if you did want to give some color and have a bold statement and you did put on a more bold or vivid color blush, if you want to, and you're doing powders like I am, or even if you're doing liquids, still we know what we're doing. So we're gonna make sure everything is blended out. You wanna make sure the edge of where the blush is diffused no matter what. Now, Again, I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but your makeup takes as long as you do. I kind of hate when people say makeup takes too long. It's like, no, you're taking long. And if you're a beginner and you're learning, I could see how that may take long, but the more you know your face and you know what suits you, and if you have a look that it's just your signature look, it's not gonna take long at all because you know what you're doing. If you have drier skin and you feel like, oh my God, I'm following her and I'm putting all this powder on and I just feel super dry, don't worry, because the last part is the most important part in my opinion. Next, we're gonna go ahead and focus on our brows. For me, my brows and the mascara takes too long. For me, I would rather focus on mascara than brows, but you may be the opposite. So if you wanna take the time to do your brows, go ahead. But I'm gonna be using this eyebrow lamination gel. This is from Absolute New York as well, actually, guys. They just send me a lot of PR and I love them down for that. I really do. If you want to go ahead and color your brows, or if you have maybe blonde brows with darker color hair, or maybe you have a couple white hairs that are growing in, get the brow gels like this, right? But get the ones that have color so that it will just color right over, and that's going to save you time as well. So I'm just going to take this time really quick and make sure my brows are giving laminated, just giving clean and in place. It's subtle, but it makes a difference for me. The next step I'm gonna actually do is just curl my lashes. To me, like I said earlier, mascara kind of takes long, but if you're truly in a rush, y'all, get yourself a good lash curler. This one I actually got as a gift. I personally wouldn't spend though less than like $8 or $10 on an eyelash curler because I'm afraid it's gonna cut them lashes off. So even if you don't put mascara on, just curling your lashes can make all the difference in the world, especially if your eyelashes naturally kind of grow downward. And there we are. We're just enhancing what we already have and doing something quick just so we look like we care to be here. That's really all it is. If you're someone who wears individual lashes or you want to throw on lashes, you're like, girl, I can't leave it on my lashes, then do that. Do whatever works for you. But for me, this is good and this may help you at home. What I will say is the next part, honestly and truly, I think this next step is where when people see me, they think, oh my God, girl, and I said this on TikTok too, girl, I don't know how you get up, I don't know how you have all the time in the world to do all that makeup. And I just be looking at them like, what? The colors that you choose and the technique and the placement of where you put things it's all an illusion. That's really what makeup is, right? So when someone's looking at you and they see something, they might be like, oh, I don't have time for all that. Or, oh, how much makeup do you have on? And little do you know, I barely have anything on. For me, this is where I get people caught up. You don't have to do this, but for me, this is what elevates the look. Take this Ruby Kisses, a brown lip liner. It's literally just called the color brown. This is like $2. I get these at the beauty supply store. I think it's also linked in my Amazon storefront. This is one of my favorite colors, and now that it's fall, I love how warm this shade of brown is. And to me, a lip combo just elevates everything. Even when I have no foundation, no blush, I will literally do what I just did to my eyebrows, do what I just did to my lashes, and throw a lip, and it just like, I don't know, I just feel like it does what it has to do. And I won't go too dark of a brown, because then it just doesn't look right with the rest of my face, me personally. But like, this is a happy medium for me. And then I'll go in with a brighter lip gloss. This is the color See Through. This is my favorite MAC lip gloss in the world. And I'm gonna put this gloss on right in the middle. Look at that lip combo, and instantly it just gives, I did more. The lip combo just gives effortlessly beautiful. I don't know what it is. It really elevates me, truly. Sometimes, guys, you just gotta look at yourself when you're in a rush and say, okay, what am I giving today? Is it giving lash today? Is it giving blush today? Is it giving lip? What are we trying to cover up? Do I just have to cover up these dark circles on my eyes? Am I trying to cover up a pimple? You kind of choose. But to pull this all together, the last thing I want you to do regardless is do kind of a setting spray or like a nice mist to just refreshen that skin so you look nice and glowy. The last product I'm using is this Hydro Glow. This is also from Absolute New York. They sent me this in the mail as well, and I actually really like this. The nozzle, I was kikiing on TikTok about it. It really does remind me of Fix Plus. The whole bottle does, and to be honest, the product does. This is gonna be a 4-in-1 mist, and I love the way it does spray out. It smells really good. This is supposed to hydrate, refresh, set, and prime. It's effortlessly fresh, all-day hydrated skin, and to be honest, this is amazing for me. You're dry to combo girl, and then it's fall, the air's changing, but this is perfect for me in my opinion. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this down. and it instantly, like, do you see the glow it just gave to my skin? I love setting spray. I don't care what anybody says, please buy some setting spray. If you want glowy skin, go get you some setting spray. If you want mattifying skin, go get you some setting spray. Like, it's just so pretty. This feels refreshing. Exactly what it says, Hydro Glow. It does. It melted that powder that I put on my face really, really nice. You see how simple that is? We're done. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. This will truly only take you 5 minutes in the morning. I just wanted to make sure I explained why I did everything. And if you're a beginner with makeup, I hope this video really helped you. I try to go into detail and really explain why I do things and what you can do. And when I'm making these videos, I try to remember that the person watching this isn't me, may not look like me, may have other concerns when it comes to their makeup application or their skin or how they want to look ultimately. So I try to think of as much as I can in the moment. It feels like I'm running my mouth, but then again, I want to be able to answer questions so you don't have to comment all the time. If this video helped you, go ahead and please let me know down below. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share this with a friend. I will link below all of the products that I use. If you want to pick up any of these products, go ahead at your local beauty supply store. If you are not in a city, if you're not somewhere where you can get access to a beauty supply store, and I don't mean Sally's, if you know, you know, okay? I will link them down below, and then the direct link down below should just give you automatically 15% off at checkout. But if not, go ahead and use my code. I'll put it right here, Kiki15, for 15% off all things Absolute New York. And I'm confident in you that you can get this done in 5 minutes before your next work day. Love y'all so much, and I'll see you in the next video.